Boom shaka laka shaka boom.
Boom shaka laka shaka. Boom shaka laka shaka.
Shaka
Boom shaka
shaka laka
laka
shaka
shaka.
laka shaka boom.
Boom shaka
Shaka. Hey
boom shaka.
everyone, welcome on the Buttery Show, where we are doing awesome movies with lackluster sequels. But I'm gonna be real with you guys. We much like how we defined lackluster sequels, we need to define the word awesome movies. The movies are ones that are popular. They're just super
I'm,
popular.
we're probably gonna piss some people off tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Because don't get me wrong, Speed and The Mask were fantastic movies, but this movie, it,
Mid!
yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I know all you Jim Carrey fans are like Mask, Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, the holy trinity of 1994 Jim Carrey, but yeah. And keep in mind, I've never seen Ace Ventura all the way through, like from start to end. But believe me, I know how it ends. I know how it ends. I saw the ending. But we definitely did not include Ace Ventura in this month because I actually
That was too easy.
did watch Ace Ventura 2 all the way through, and I actually liked it. So much so that I like it more than the first one. So, yeah, that's why we're not talking about Ace Ventura. But we are talking about Dumb and
Dumb
Dumber,
and Dumber.
which not only has a lackluster sequel, but even more luster lacking prequel.
The fact that you told me we were gonna have to cover the prequel, I really looked at you and said, "Excuse me."
With the surprise. Like, we're going to talk about Dumb Number 2, and then I was going to be like, by the way, because you've been such good sports, we're going to do some bonus videos. We're going to do the prequel, because that way we'll get all three movies out of the way. But no.
But that doesn't matter. Does it really matter if we touch the prequel, Mike? Does it really matter? I am pretty sure, like everyone else, they want to forget that prequel. Because I actually remember watching the prequel. I watched like 10 minutes of it. But anyway, guys, let's get started. Because honestly, there's not that much to talk about. And again,
Dumb and Dumber,
let me
1994 comedy, which features the lead, one of the two lead actors from my all-time favorite movie, with the lead actor of my second all-time most favorite movie.
Hold up, Mike. Let the profession. Let me do this. This is my domain. This is my prerogative.
You're gonna do it from memory. You're not gonna just like read off the opening paragraph of a Wikipedia article.
You know what, Mike? I don't need you telling people why are you breaking kayfabe. Why are you breaking kayfabe? Do I need to get Jim? Do I need to get Jim?
What do you think this is, Arthur? Where like they try to do that one project about that one dude with the squares, and then like Binky's like, "Hey, this is sideways." And it's like, no, it's not even in the book. It's like
we're gonna mute him real quick.
Even the book is sideways, and then they just try to plagiarize the textbook.
Dumb and Dumber is a 1994 American buddy cop film. Not buddy cop, buddy comedy film directed by Peter Farley. We'll get to him in a minute. Who co-wrote the screenplay with Bobby Farley and Bennett Yedlin. It is the first installment of, God, I can't believe I'm saying this, the Dumb and Dumber franchise starring Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. It tells the story of Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn, two dumb but well-meaning friends from Providence, Rhode Island, who set out on a cross-country road trip to Aspen, Colorado to return a briefcase full of moolah to its owner, thinking it has been abandoned as a mistake, though it is actually left as a ransom. Lauren Holly, Karen Duffy, Mike Starr, Charles Rocket, and Terry Garr play supporting roles. Now, people, All right, so to let you guys know, Mike, you could probably fill me in. This movie cost $17 million. Do you want to know how much money this money made back in the box office?
More than 120%. To be more accurate, $247.3 million.
You damn right. This movie was a smash hit, despite mixed reviews of it. This movie, like many movies in 1994, stood the test of time. Whether they were good, whether they're bad. If you talk about Jim Carrey, you're likely going to talk about two movies at the time in 1994: Ace Ventura One, The Mask, or Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
And it's the
I mean,
latter of the three films. So naturally, a lot of like you could even draw the conclusion that a lot of the momentum this film got was generated from the hype around The Mask and Ace Ventura.
and Speed. Don't forget Speed.
Yes,
We know Jeff
because
Daniels.
Harry from Speed also plays Harry from Dumb and Dumber. They're not the same Harry, but they are the same actor.
I
So
bet dead
yeah,
ass. Hold dead ass. I think on the cutting room floor there for Speed 2 Cruise Control, there was a script, and this is probably some Hollywood fable. There's a script where they bring Jeff Daniels back, and they have Harry as as Harry's long lost twin brother helping Alex fight
just
that
don't.
damn.
Just
Oh,
let the dead stay dead. I'm not big on the whole resurrection thing. You know, it's like
hey, oh, so
death
you,
needs
you didn't like the
consequences.
fact that Han from Fast and the Furious came back in Fast Nine. You didn't like the cliffhanger ending where Gal. Well, so I don't know if you watched Fast X. Honestly, it's
I did
predictable.
not.
You want me to
Wait,
spoil it?
Giselle is alive too? God damn it! God
So,
damn it! So
so
not only did you ruin Han's tragic ending in the third movie by bringing him back in the ninth one, I won't even say about the details that were introduced in the seventh one, but the fact that even his whole motivation in the third one for even being in Tokyo, it's just undone. Wow, Fast X
I mean,
is. hmm,
do you want me to tell you a little bit?
Please don't. It's bad enough that I already know as much as I already do.
Also, Alan Richardson's in it as well. Jack Reacher. So, oh, also, Brie Larson does a pretty good job. Brie Larson does a good. Yo, real talk. Leave Brie Larson out of the next Marvel movie. Keep her in Fast and Furious. I think this is her most genuine when she's in Fast. I love
I
it.
still haven't seen the Marvels.
Apparently, it's good. But anyway, we're talking about a mid movie, and we need to get back to another mid movie. So, real quick, before we even get to the plot, we have Jim Carrey. We already went through this full synopsis. In honor of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, we're also doing this Sonic the Hedgehog 3. We already covered Speed. We covered Speed 2. We did Dumb and now we're on the map. We finished the mask. We talked about another movie that will never be named ever again, even though we love Alan Cumming. And now we're doing Dumb and Dumber. I do not have to go through Jim Carrey's whole video filmography. But we'll talk a little bit about Jeff Daniels because
You
we didn't really
know,
talk too much about.
when I decided to do this month, it wasn't because of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but we may as well milk that fact.
Oh hell yeah, definitely. So Jeff Daniels, we didn't really go through his filmography, but Jeff Daniels is a very hardworking man in Hollywood. This man is a decorated actor. This man has been in movies such as Radio Days, Ragtime, Arachnophobia, which is one of my favorite feature movies.
Mhm.
Gettysburg, Speed, Dumb and Dumber, Fly Away Home, which also stars
Mhm.
Anna
Pleasantville.
Paquin. No. Yeah, that and Anna Paquin from X-Men. I had a huge crush on her as a kid, people, so leave
Mhm.
me alone. Yes, Pleasantville with Tobey Maguire,
He
pre
was
Spider-Man.
he was in RV with Robin Williams.
Yes, he was. He was also in Infamous,
Oh,
Traitor,
oh,
State of
oh! One
Play,
movie I saw him in.
Paperman.
Okay, one movie I saw him in that a lot of people don't even remember is he played the dad in the film Because of Winn-Dixie.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
like
he
that
did.
scene. Like I swear, that scene where like his daughter, can't remember who plays her, was it Dakota Fanning? Anyways, so like that scene when it was like storming and when Dixie was like running back and forth and he was like telling her like 10 facts about her mom. I'm like, that hit me hard, man. That hit me hard, dude. A movie
Yes,
about a dog should not have to hit me this hard. And yet
it
almost
does.
every movie about a dog does.
I'm like, dude, it's a movie about a dog. Of course, it's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah.
But aside from that, Jeff Daniels was also in one a movie I recently watched called Looper. With it was a nice little independent film with I don't know Bruce Willis, Joseph
And it's
Gordon-Levitt.
not the first movie he did with Joseph Gordon-Levitt because
No, it's
he
not.
also did The Lookout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But Jeff,
he was
but
his roommate in The Lookouts. You know, he had the brain damage and stuff. But
But
yeah,
Jeff
no,
Daniels was also hold on. Jeff Daniels was also in many other TV shows. He was
yeah,
in Hawaii Five O. He was
mhm.
he was on SNL at one point, a couple of times. He was also in Frasier, The Crossing, Cheaters, The Goodbye Girl, The Newsroom. Which if you
Yeah,
never
his
watched The
most famous
Newsroom,
role. Yes, like you know, it's crazy that opening scene from the first episode where he makes that speech about America not being the greatest country anymore. Like people still circulate it, and I'm like, I bet most of y'all don't even understand what he's actually saying here because you're just passing it around like it's a trophy. But like, do you understand
yeah,
what he means? We used to build rockets. Now we don't. We didn't hit ourselves in the chest. And it's like, it's tough. But like, it's like I'm still pro America, but like not in like a red pill, blue pill kind of way, but it's like, hey, you know, we did do a lot of cool things, man. But like, yeah, some of us don't really have that go-getter initiative like we used to back in like the 70s. So I'm like, he's not
and yeah,
completely wrong, but it's like, but have y'all watched the rest of the show though? I didn't
no,
think so.
of course not, dude. Anyway, but also Jeff Daniels was also in Practical Jokers recently, and
Yeah,
he was the narrator to 9/11 Inside the President's War Room. I actually watched the show, very very good. But yeah, Jeff Daniels
yeah.
is great, and then we get to some actors who I completely forgot were in this movie. First of all, let's talk about our boy, the one, the only. Do I have a picture of him? Yes, Mike effing Star.
He's a star, a
People,
star, a
I
star.
love, look, in case y'all, it's Buttery Show, in case you guys want to know, Mike and I love Mike Starr. God bless this man. This man, let me tell you something. If you needed a guy to play a mid-level villain or angry Italian in the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s, you get Mike Starr. Mike Starr is your go-to. Okay, this man has been in movies and TV shows. He was
Blue
in
Steel.
Bushido Blade,
He
Blue
was
Steel.
he was even the drunk clown from Uncle Buck.
Yup, he was in The
Yeah.
Bodyguard. He was also in Night Trap. Yes, that freaking no, not the not the video game Night Trap, but it was in another movie called Night Trap with
He
Michael Ironside.
weirdly enough, he was in Baby's Day Out.
He was in honestly one of the dumbest Steven Seagal movies, which you should also check out, called On Deadly Ground, when he was just getting his ass beat by Steven Seagal in that bar. He was in Hoodlum.
Again, the only reason I watch Under Siege 2 is because Peter Green's in it. That's my only reason for watching that movie. The only reason I've watched Above the Law is because CJ and the rest of the crew like invited us to discuss it.
From Three Black Geeks, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Otherwise, like I would not go out of my way to watch Steven Seagal movies.
Yeah, and then he was also in he was actually in Monkey Bone with our boy Oscar Award winner Brandon Fraser. He was also in Jesse Stone, Hot Tamale, The Black Dahlia, Lone Rider, Chicago Overgrown, Jersey Girl, Bad Santa 2, Kill the Irishman, Lone Rider, Zeroville, Sweetwater, The Cleaner, Making a Killer.
Wannabe, Bad Santa 2. Let's see, Zeroville,
House,
Cleaner,
New York, NCIS, Scrubs, The Handler, Law and Order Special
Easy
Victims
Streets,
Unit, Our Lives, The Good Guys,
2
Mob
episodes
Doctor,
of Martial Law,
Elementary, Psych, Chicago Fire, The Kroll Show, Bones,
The Mob Doctor.
I already said that.
Of course, he was in Adam
Shameless.
Oh, he was in an episode of Kimmy Schmidt.
Ray Donovan.
He was the yard guy in Shameless.
I already said that. East New York. Billions. Great show. Dice. Mr. Mercedes. Glee. Children's Hospital. Again, Mike Starr has done it all. If there's anything,
and yes, much like Jeff Daniels, he was in Hawaii Five-0.
And then we get to another surprise. We got Lauren Holly, who plays the love interest to our boy Lloyd Christmas. Her name's Mary. Mary, yes. So for those who don't know, you probably like, she looks familiar. Well, that's because Lauren Hardy years later played Jennifer Shepard or Jenny Shepard in NCIS for about 3 or 4 seasons until they killed her off. That's how I remember her. She was also in Livewire, Dragging the Bruce Lee story as Linda Lee. She was in Turbulence. She was in
Last Producer, Spirited Away.
The Cuban.
She was in Godfather of Green Bay, Rising Flag, Final Storm, Marshall the Miracle Dog,
Leverage,
Hot Frosty is currently being filmed.
And my Flashpoint, I'm talking about the fact that Lauren Holly shared the screen with Amy Jo Johnson at one point in Flashpoint. She was in Alphas.
She was in Chicago Hope, Picket Fences, My Two Dads for 2 episodes. She played Betty Cooper in Archie to Riverdale and Back Again. She was in Santa Junior, 1 episode of Rookie Blue. She was in 1 episode of Lucifer.
Yep.
Let's see. She was in Tiny Pretty Things, Family Law as Joanne Kowalski, and Country Road Christmas as Sky's mother. I don't typically watch television films. We did a month for television films, but
If we do a television films month, there's only one movie I want to do with you, and that is A Deadly Adoption. Anyway, let's get to
man, I just realized that what's her name, Shannon Doherty, passed away a few months ago. Like that did not hit me until like literally just now, because I was like thinking about TV movies, and it was like a movie where she was a burglar.
Yeah.
All
right, real quick. One more person is Karen Duffy. She plays Mike Starr's other hitman. recently retired, but the last movies that she was in, that I remember, she was in The Last
And
Action Hero,
she
Reality
was in
Bites,
Fantastic
Blank
Mr.
Check.
Fox.
Yep, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Blank Check, The 24-Hour Woman. She was in. She played Sketch in Pepper Ann, and she was in The Real Housewives of New York City. So there you go. Anyway, Mike, when was the first time you saw this movie?
First time I saw this movie, well, like, okay, so the first time I've ever seen anything pertaining to this movie was literally back in the 90s when we had illegal HBO. You know what I'm talking about, with those brown boxes. And I was never able to really see the movie from start to end until like 2000s. But what I did remember was, hey, that's Harry from Speed. Why is his tongue stuck to that pole? That's pretty much the main thing I remember. And I'm like, oh, that's Stanley from Speed. Yeah. So it's like Harry from Speed and Stanley from The Mask are in this movie. That's all I remembered about it. It did not, like, while there was a lot of slapstick and goofiness, it didn't really appeal to my 3-year-old self the way the other two movies did. And I finally saw the movie like in like all the way through when it aired on Cartoon Network. You know, when they were showing like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Goonies, this movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It was mainly like those 4 movies, but then there will be like another batch of 4 movies like later on, like I can't remember what they were. Elizabeth
Spider-Man 02.
Yeah, the what's it called? The Star Wars prequels, but yeah, no, it was a really weird time for Cartoon Network, and like the thing is, like at first, okay, I can justify Who Framed Roger Rabbit being on Cartoon Network because you got human characters interacting with cartoon characters, but then the second movie they showed was The Goonies, so I'm like, why are you showing The Goonies? Because it's like,
also, another reason. Also, another reason why they can get away with it on Cartoon Network for Who Framed Roger Rabbit is you gotta keep in mind Ted Turner, all Turner stuff is also part of Warner Brothers. Hence the reason why. And another reason why a lot of Looney Tunes
I know,
shows
but keep in
made
mind they
Cartoon
didn't
Network
do CN Real yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
they like
I miss it.
this was before they had The Other Siders, Brain Rush, Destroy Build Destroy,
You know, we're
Dude,
gonna
what would happen?
real quick. You know, we're gonna have to do an entire retrospective of Cartoon Network at some point because I don't think because Cartoon Network honestly, the moment they shut down CartoonNetwork.com, Cartoon Network died. Any last ditch effort of Cartoon Network coming back was gone after that website. But anyway,
Somehow Teen Titans Go still survived in the ether, but
yeah. Anyways, so my
yeah.
first time watching this movie was actually today. I can't keep in mind, I have never watched Dumb and Dumber. I was at the right age bracket to see this movie. When I first heard about it, I was like 9 or 10, because that's when Dumb and Dumber, when Harry met Lloyd
Lloyd.
came out.
Mhm.
I was the right age to see the original Dumb and Dumber, but I never got that chance to. That chance never came for me. It was not until I was an adult and also Dumb and Dumber 2 was coming out. So I said to myself, I'll probably watch the original Dumb and Dumber just in case my nieces or nephews want me to take them to see this movie. Still didn't happen.
Wait, did
So,
you watch Dumb and Dumber 2?
no, I didn't. No.
Okay.
So, I am literally going in this movie with
Fresh
a
face.
very fresh face, no spoilers whatsoever. And as you pointed out at the beginning of this movie, at the beginning of this episode, this was my reaction. Mid! There are some funny jokes. We're going to get to this review right now because we don't have that much time. But you can clearly tell I can tell you right now, if you are under the age of 16, you're gonna love this movie. Okay, if you are 18 and over, this movie isn't for you. You've honestly outgrown
Mhm.
the age bracket that you should have
Well,
watched. You outgrew the demographic that should have been watching this movie.
see, like for me, it feels like see, like as I'm thinking about it right now, this movie makes me think a lot about the film Hot Rod, which we should review at some point. And I already made
Oh,
and I did make a theme month to fit it in. Keep that in mind. I did come up with a theme month that it would belong to. The thing I love about coming up with theme months is when there's a standalone movie, it's an easy excuse to like discuss that standalone movie. Because like, what other situation? What situation would you use to like discuss the film in his father's shoes, other than I don't know, maybe Father's Day, but like, or just like maybe Kevin Duhaney Appreciation Month, which I don't
no,
know.
no, 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 not sports month. We need to do a sports month
Well, that
because I
movie
already
did
got
was,
plenty.
but that movie did not have sports in it. So like,
But
but
hey,
no,
listen, listen,
but I know
listen.
what you're
X
thinking
Games,
because
X Games,
because a
X
long
Games.
time ago we did want to do Hardball with Keanu Reeves.
And I want to do six man with
Mhm.
Marlon Wayne and
Mhm.
Keenan Ivory Waynes as well.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So yeah, for Hot Rod, look, I already came up with a month for that. Now here's why I bring up Hot Rod. If you really think about it, Hot Rod feels like you take a bunch of SNL digital shorts with the Lonely Islands and piece them together into a single cohesive movie. The reason why I bring that up is that this movie, as I'm thinking back on it, feels like it's also a series of SNL skits, or more accurately, in living color skits, but you like suck all the Wayne family members out of it, making it slightly less fun. And just like randomly insert them into a movie. It's like you just shoehorn them into a movie and like hope they stick. Because it's like,
Yeah,
if you get rid of like just the like principal shots of like, oh, they're driving, like if you get rid of those, every scene where like something is actually happening feels like a skit. And individually some of the skits can actually be funny, but as a cohesive film, it just does not live up to Hot Rod. And I think part of the reason why Hot Rod was better was because like you don't need to do a lot of principal stuff. Like you just made a bunch of digital shorts as part of a like one big cohesive movie. But
exactly.
yeah,
And we're gonna talk
but
about that. So let's get started on this right now.
yeah. So
Whew,
let's talk
all
about their
right.
two jobs. One's a limousine driver. The other drives pets in a giant 1984 sheepdog.
They both get fired,
They both
but
get fired for
before
different
that,
reasons.
yeah, for Lloyd, Lloyd takes Lauren Holly's character Mary to the airport, and because he thought she left her briefcase, which it wasn't. It was a ransom, which Mike Starr and Haley Duff. I'm making sure I said Haley Duffy, or is it
Jay.
no, Karen Duffy. Karen Duffy. So Mike Starr and Karen Duffy try to grab it, but Lloyd, being an idiot, doesn't know that was for them, and he takes the briefcase with
He
him.
tries to give it to her, but unlike his character from Liar Liar, he doesn't get there in time.
So meanwhile, Harry gets fired from his job because
Yeah,
the dogs were not clean. He was also feeding the dogs hot dogs, which you shouldn't be
and
doing,
and other 7-Eleven type of stuff.
especially when these are show dogs and they're supposed to be on TV in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So they get back. Mike Starr and Karen Duffy find out where these fools live. They think they're professionals. They don't know that they're idiots. Um, And so um Harry and Lloyd get out. They escape. They go around all throughout Providence. And like, hey, listen, get the essentials. They lose all their money. In fact, uh,
Lloyd even loses his wallet inside like a newspaper dispenser.
Charlie grabs some adult magazine or an adult newspaper ad, and so he asks the lady, "Hey, can you wait right here while I get some change so I can get this out?" So yeah, it's like you know what? I know people. A lot of people say that old people are worn out; they have
Useless.
no use anymore, and they can roll over a dime. But you know what? You found your place in this world. Oh yeah, I would have stole from you too, dog. You
Yeah.
stupid. So Lloyd wants to get this briefcase to Mary and wants to travel to Aspen, Colorado. And keep in mind, they're in Providence, Rhode Island.
Mhm.
And Henry's like, is this for about the girls? Like, maybe. And he's like, come on, let's go. And you can take it from here. Go ahead.
Yeah. So at first they think that they're like debt collectors. So of course like they try to break out, but turns out it's like, oh no, I will send them a message. So like the dude like freaking beheads their parakeet and gives it to a disabled child who may possibly be blind too. Like I don't know. Like
Uh huh.
and I'm like, this is some John Wick type of stuff. Like I would love to see like Harry like hit his head. It's like, wait a minute, my name isn't Harry Dunn. It's Harry Temple. My parakeet. And like he grabs like a pencil and like starts chasing after these guys. Like that. Tell me that would be a much better film.
Man. Oh, on top of that, they did get pulled over by the police at one point.
Yeah.
And so Mike
Oh yeah,
Starr finds
they're
oh, go
pissing.
ahead.
They're pissing in the beer bottles.
Oh, the beer bottles, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I did the police sergeant just like tries to like drink from one of the bottles.
And to be fair, listen, I've been on road trips before. You gotta use what you gotta use. Like, granted, I would never use beer bottles because, first of all, you shouldn't be drinking. What the driver shouldn't be drinking, and the passengers shouldn't be drinking. There is no reason to have beer bottles whatsoever in your car that are open. Just don't do that, people. Anyway, um, Mike Starr finds his way into that damn car, and he goes and while on the road trip, he's talking to him like, hey, what about this? Yo, you have this briefcase, and it's like, are y'all professionals? Like, oh no, 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 no. I was her driver. She left it, so I was just coming to give it back to her. Like, and again, Harry and Lloyd are idiots, but they're well-meaning. And so, also Harry. I'll talk about that in a minute. They put hot sauce in Mike Starr's
No,
burger.
they put
He
chili
might
peppers.
chili peppers, and Mike Starr has an ulcer.
Yeah.
He's been popping pills like he's Doctor House the
Mhm.
entire movie because he has an ulcer, and so his body can't take that much spice. So what Harry believed was he was giving him his pills ended up being poison, and Mike Starr dies. And all Lloyd has to say when he feels that his heart's not beating is, check, please.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like, hey, listen, life's not fair. One day you're eating with two local guys, and the next day you're dead meat.
He's dead meat.
You're
Just like the
dead
guy who's
meat.
dancing with Tina.
So, also, there's two subplots. These truckers, Harry threw the salt shaker at them, said just throw salt on his shoulder because of bad luck. They spat in his food, and so after Lloyd's like, "Hey, we'll buy you guys a couple of beers on us," they put everything on their tab and then run like hell. Number one. Number two, Mary's family is trying to pay off the mafia so that way they can keep their estates or whatever in Aspen. Again,
And
I was
and the
not.
husband's kidnapped.
Yeah, again, I'm not really following the story. I'm so lost because of how freaking idiotic Lloyd and Harry are. But I think that's the whole point. You're not supposed to care about the actual plot to the movie or nor the subplots. But So I'm not gonna hark on it too much. So they're halfway there. Um, Meanwhile, freaking Lloyd is having dreams of being with Mary, having kids, making Blue Angel fart gas fires. Because in case you guys want to know, we have en- ethol is it an enthol in our bodies. So whenever we fart, we're releasing whatever enthol gases are in our bodies. That's the reason why the whole Blue Angel trick. It was so well renowned and so popular in the 90s and the 2000s. Spoiler alert, people. Doesn't work like that. Um, so they switch. Harry is going to drive the rest. No. Lloyd's going to drive the rest of the way while Harry takes a nap.
Oh,
Instead
but
of
they
going
do
to
meet a
Aspen,
cute
which goes.
girl. They do meet a cute
Oh, yeah, the
girl
black girl.
that Harry rizzes up really nicely until his leg gets caught on fire. And
I could have swore that was Halle Berry.
Here's the thing. Here's what I've come to realize watching this movie. Harry is not as dumb as the movie advertises. Like he's
No.
actually smarter than like a lot of like he's he's definitely a lot smarter than Lloyd. So like if you decide so if you're trying to figure out who's dumb and who's dumber, Harry's dumb, Lloyd is dumber. And I feel like have you ever watched that one episode of Beavis and Butthead based on It's a Wonderful Life?
Is it? Wait, hold up. Was it the newer episode of Beavis and Butthead where they showed
No, it's
them
from the
having kids?
original. It's from the original run.
No, then I have not seen the episode.
Okay, so basically what happened was, well, the episode was called "It's a Crappy Life," and basically, like, unlike in the original film where like turns out everyone's life is better off because the main character was alive. Turns out if Butthead wasn't around, everyone would be much better off to the point that even Beavis was like a well-respectable citizen doing charity work and he finished college and stuff. So it's like, yeah, maybe trying to help you not erase yourself was actually a bad idea. So the reason I bring it up is because I'm wondering, like, if Harry never met Lloyd, do you think Harry would have been a lot more adjusted to society around him? Like, do you think, like,
Yes.
maybe, like,
And that's okay. No. If that's the case, I can make another speed connection. If Lloyd was never around Harry, Harry Dunn would have switched his name from Harry Dunn to Harry Temple. So we can confirm that Dumb and Dumber is an alternate reality of Speed.
just like how during the events of
Pre-Speed.
So just like in the 3 years between Speed and Cruise Control, Jack Traven changed his name to Johnny Utah and joined Quantico in order to fight the presidents of the United States.
Yeah, but that makes no sense because Point Break came out 3 years before Speed.
It's a prequel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, dude, if you're trying to make Dumb and Dumber a prequel to Speed, I may as well make Speed a prequel to Point Break. And again, keep in mind, when I first saw Point Break, I legitimately thought it was a sequel to Speed because I did not know that one, Point Break came out before Speed did, and two, I saw Speed before I saw Point Break, so I would assume chronology matches up with the order in which I observe movies all together.
Again, it can't be a prequel because the events of Point Break happened in 1991. The events of Speed happened in 94. There's a huge difference. You can't do that.
I watched very carefully. There is very little to like determine that one cannot take place after the other. Like as
You gonna try to make this goddamn.
Look, man. Late 80s, they already had the phones that Maurice used. So you don't have to worry about iPhones being around in Point Break, okay?
Oh my god. Anyways,
Look, just watch Speed and then Point Break in that order, and tell me that you cannot say that one cannot be a prequel to the other. All you have to do is just say Jack changed his name to Johnny Utah, because Jack is already an alternative name to John.
oh my god. Anyway, we're gonna be here all night if we keep talking about this. So, Karen Duffy is now with Nicholas Andre, played by Charles Rocket. Um, he's a greedy resident from Aspen, and he's the reason why Lauren Hawley's husband was kidnapped. Okay, so now that you know that, let's get back to the fact that they never made Aspen after Harry went to sleep. So Lloyd decides I'm gonna take the wheel. And instead of going west to Aspen, which was they would have finished the entire ride, they go to Nebraska.
The wrong way.
Yep. And so Harry's pissed, rightfully so, and decides to walk. Lloyd finds a freaking bike and freaking they ride to Aspen the rest of the way. And at one point, Harry pisses on him. They find a hotel. And this is the part I actually remember a little bit of when I was a kid. They dress in those stupid looking zoot suits and stuff.
And also Lloyd tends to daydream a lot. So, like as I said before, when I watched it as a kid, the part I remember most was Harry getting his tongue stuck to the ski pole. But the part I remember the most as a teenager from Cartoon Network, because they would not stop airing that scene in bumpers, is the part where like he's having that fantasy where like he's having where he's hanging out with Swanson's family, and then they have dinner, and the waiter's like goes Gomez Adams on her, and like then he does a cartwheel, rolls over. It's like, woo!
Here's a question about that scene, real quick. The chef who comes in, was that Jon Favreau? Because it looked like a young Jon Favreau.
I don't think it was.
When Lloyd ripped his heart out and put it in the doggy bag.
Oh, which reminds me, I'm gonna talk about that for a second, but I need to look it up for a second, because like I don't remember who played the waiter. It would be funny though if it was. Hold on, just Control F this waiter. Nope. There's nope. Can't do it off of Wikipedia. Got to do it off of IMDb. But it's whatever. Like, man, don't worry about it. Oh wait, hold on. This is crazy. Apparently, the official website for Dumb and Dumber is still active.
I'm not surprised. I mean, look, the Space Jam website's still active, so I'm not surprised.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
So Holly finds Harry, and Harry's been telling her about Lloyd and stuff, and she ends up kissing Harry, not on the lips, but like on the cheek, right? Lloyd sees it all. Misunderstanding ensues. They get into an argument. Harry then and not Harry. Lloyd then puts Turbo Lax into Harry's tea. So during his potential date with Lauren Holly's character Mary, he has to take giant nuclear poofs.
Basically, it's a recreation of the scene from The Iron Giant.
Yes. And so Harry comes in, and he starts. Lloyd comes in and starts talking to Mary, shows her the briefcase, and telling her, "Listen, like I've come all this way because I thought you dropped your briefcase and stuff." And then he's like, "Listen, I want you to be really real with me. What chances do I have with you? I can take."
Well, actually, no. What? How long have you been waiting? How long have you been out there? I've been trying to smooth talk it for like the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
And so she she tells him you have one out
you
and said,
gotta
wait,
pay
one
your
out of a million.
rent.
You have a one out of a million shot of actually getting me. And he's like, and that's where
So there's a
the
chance.
world famous meme comes. So you're telling me I still have a chance? The mobsters come in, they abduct, they capture all three of them. Um, then a robber shoots Harry in the chest twice, but Harry is wearing a bulletproof vest. Shoots at um shoots at Charles Rocket's character, misses. But then the FBI comes in, especially the black girl that was hitting on Harry
Yeah, she
earlier.
was the
She
one.
comes
Yeah, she
in.
was the one that hooked him up with the vest. It's like, but what? What? Wait, what if he shot me in the head? That's a risk we were willing to take. And,
Exactly.
and
So
like that is something I've been questioning about movies a lot in the past. You know, like what if the dude shot people in the head? I'm glad this movie questioned it.
so they get the briefcase back to Mary. Mary's husband goes free. Thanks Lloyd, thanks Harry. They are on their way back home to Providence. This tour bus with the nice, beautiful looking women in sports bikinis probably going to competition. Wanted to give them a ride. They declined.
What the hell is that?
And so they just start running the bus again. I'm like, geez, a character running after a bus and trying to stop it. Where have I seen this before? And it's like, wait, hold on. My
Oh
friend is
my
really
gosh!
dumb. It's that way.
Oh,
What the hell is that?
there's a bomb on your bus. And that's the end of the movie, people. That honestly, we literally just told you the entire movie.
Mhm.
Um, Mike, you love Jim Carrey and you love Jeff Daniels, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. Well, the thing about this movie is that
Mid!
it's just, there's really not much. It wasn't terrible like Son of the Mask or the next two movies we're going to be talking about, but actually next
I'm
three
a,
movies we're going to be talking about. But it just didn't, like, the 3-year-old me, the 16-year-old me, the 30-plus-year-old me. It's like all three of us just watched this movie, and it's like it didn't appeal to me back then. Didn't appeal to me back then. It's not appealing to me now. It's like, and again, I love Carrey. I love Daniels. I love The Mask. I love Speed. I know a lot of people love this movie, but sadly, I'm just not one of them. I would love to go back and watch the Siskel and Ebert video on that because I haven't watched Siskel and Ebert discuss this movie. And God knows I've seen them discuss the other two movies, but
oh god.
no, it's like this movie is just not for me. And again, there were some jokes that were funny, like the part when Harry was rizzing up a homegirl at the gas station. That was funny. I like that. But the part in the Dante's Inferno diner, that part was funny because they accidentally killed a man in the most gruesome way possible. And yeah, they got off scot-free by the end of the movie, by the way. But no, that fantasy sequence where Lloyd is just hanging out with Holly, it's like, yeah, no, this does not appeal to me. It's like just because and here's the thing, Jim Carrey is funny. I love him in You Me Irene. I love him in The Mask, but it's like when he's just being slapsticky for the sake of being slapsticky, it's like it just doesn't appeal to me because let's be honest, I saw John Leguizamo as the Pest, and yeah, it's like Yeah, no, it's like there's a reason why The Mask works as a movie, even the slapstick scenes. And yes, Jim Carrey is the perfect actor to play the mask because he's that physical with his mannerisms and stuff. But the thing is, seeing it on film without a direction to use that magnitude with, it just doesn't work for me. And yes, I would have to say Star was the best part of the film. And it hurts me to say, considering that the two lead actors are two of the greatest actors of all time. So, yeah, the plot was, it could have been interesting, and they could have done more with it, but they didn't. It's like the only time they really did anything fun with the premise of the movie itself was literally just the Dante's Inferno scene. Other than that one scene, there's nothing memorable about the movie other than stuff that happened in Aspen. Again, it's a series of short, stupid jokes, like the whole like tongue on the thing. See, I remember the tongue thing because I was a little kid. I'm like, why can't he remove his tongue?
We all watched Christmas Story. We all watched the Christmas Story, people.
See, I saw this movie before I saw Christmas Story, but when you've seen a 24-hour marathon on TBS of the Christmas Story, like Harry doing that back in 1994 just doesn't have that same magic that it did back in 1995. And again, I say 1995 because that's when I saw the film. Yeah, so 7.5. That's the best score I could give it, and I'm trying to give it a better score.
I think the word of the day this week.
Mid!
Yeah.
All right, let me tell y'all something. Okay. Again, I said well, before we do, I want to talk a little bit about Peter Farrelly's filmography. Now, with Bobby Farrelly, and I think Bobby Farrelly's like his brother or his cousin or what? Let me see. Oh, brother. Okay. With Bobby Farrelly, both of them together, they have worked on Kingpin, There's Something About Mary, Outside Providence, Me, Myself, and Irene, Osmosis Jones. Matter of fact, they both worked on the live action scenes from Osmosis Jones. They worked on Shallow Hall, Stuck on You, which is a fantastic Matt Damon movie. Like one day we have to review Stuck on You. They also worked on Fever Pitch, The Ringer, The Heartbreak Kid with Ben Stiller. Oh my God, it was funny. Hall Pass, The Three Stooges, Dumb and Dumber 2, and Dear Santa. But also, as a solo act, um, Farrelly worked on movies such as Movie 43. He also worked on The Green Book, Oscar award-winning Best Picture, The Green Book, with Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. This man has won an Oscar for that movie. He also worked on The Greatest Beer Run Ever, Ricky Stanky, and Balls Up. So this man has done it all. He has made some amazing movies. And he's made some movies that I'm like, yo, why? This movie is in the middle. There are funny jokes. The one when he's fighting the Iron Chef and ripping his heart out, that was funny. Um, Honestly, when we thought Harry was dead, kayfabe, and he gets up, starts shooting again, that was funny. The part where he tells the waitress to put everything on the trucker's tabs, they said they would do it. That was funny.
And then the same trucker tries to like assault Lloyd later.
Oh boy. Anyway,
because that did happen in the movie.
good. Overall, um, this movie there's so much that I understand why a lot of people love this movie, and I tried watching those. It just wasn't for me. Like what Mike said, I'm not in that age bracket. There are clearly problems in this movie. I know it's a movie of its time. I should just let it go. But honestly, these are things that I can't let go because I watched it at such a later age in my life. I'm going to be questioning everything.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um.
and
Hopefully we. Okay.
for me, it's like even when I was just 3 years old watching the movie, it's like it didn't have the same magic that Speed or The Mask did. It just didn't. Like for me, The Mask, like it had really great jokes. The comedy, both verbal and
Yes.
physical, it landed really well. It was well paced. Like every moment of the film perfectly transitioned to the next moment, such that if you took scenes out, well, Fox tried to take things out for the TV broadcast, and it wasn't as good because those scenes, as small as they were essential to the brand of comedy. Because take this one specific scene from The Mask, because like I do
Yeah.
want to like use that as an example. So like here's the play by play. Like he falls into the pavement, pulls himself up. He does the awooga thing on that one dude's car. Then he gets harassed by a bunch of like hoodlums. Then he lures them into an alleyway where he makes those balloon animals, and then he exacts revenge on the two mechanics. But here's the thing, though: in the TV cut, they got rid of the scene with the hoodlums with the balloon animals. Like it's like as soon
Yeah.
as he goes "Awooga," it cuts straight to like the two guys, the mechanic, laughing just before he goes, "Hold on to your lug nuts, it's time for an overhaul." And it feels like such a random thing. But here's the thing: the reason he does that's because in the scene with the hoodlums, after he Tommy guns them out of the way, he's like, "With these powers, I could be a superhero. I could fight crime, save little children. But first," see, like he establishes why he goes after those guys. There's a clear-cut transition. But here it's like you could get rid. Like, okay, I'm gonna be real though. I didn't even notice Shay half the time. Like after the Dante's Inferno scene, I barely even noticed Shay was even in the movie. You could you could even cut both Shay and what's his name, Mike Starr's character out of the
Yeah.
altogether, and it won't change anything
At all.
at all.
At all.
You could cut the skiing scene; it won't change anything. You could cut a lot of scenes, and it won't change anything. If anything, Dumb and Dumber would have worked better as a TV show.
Do not give him any ideas. Do not give him any ideas. For the love of God, do not give him any ideas.
And heck,
Yeah.
there was a Mask TV series, there was an Ace Ventura TV series, and they were handled pretty well, all things considered. But Dumb and Dumber just does not feel like it worked as a movie. Now it's not terrible, but like it's. I would definitely rewatch Son of the Mask than rewatch. No, sorry, I'd rather rewatch this than rewatch Son of the Mask. But no, it's like I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch this movie.
There's no reason for us to watch this movie yet. I want to give my score. I'm gonna give this movie honestly. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
That's being nice.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Anyway.
Shall we go to the comments then? What do you guys think?
Oh god. Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah. Let's get this comment. Let's get the comments going.
you mean to tell me Harry Dunn isn't Harry Temple? Next thing you're gonna tell me that Jack Utah isn't Jack Traven. That's actually a great idea. Harry Temple survives the explosion but loses his memories and thinks he's Harry Dunn, then gets his memories back and then goes full John Wick to avenge his parakeet. See, this is a much better film. Then he meets John Wick. Is like, Jack, is that you? John Wick isn't Jack Traven, but their friendship will blossom. Yes. I don't know who this Jack Traven is, but he sounds like a real stand-up guy.
You gotta go full John Wick. Jack Traven. Who is Jack Traven? Never heard of this man, but sounds like a stand-up guy. You want to talk? You want to pet my dog? Her name is Parabellum. I need lots of guns.
You can call it Dunwick Temple of Speed.
Stop. Oh my god. No, for real. Point Break can't be a sequel. Done. No, I'm not going to that again. Harry and Lloyd ain't pimping, but at least they ain't simping. You know what? That's true. That is true. They could have got on that. They could have got on that bus with all those women and would have been done. But they stuck to their merits.
Can you imagine if that bus had a bomb on it if it went 50 miles per hour?
I'm done. We're done because you're talking about speed. We're going to be here for another hour. Mike, what do we have coming up next?
Well, just sticking to the theme of the month. Yes, now that we're done with Dumb and Dumber, we have to talk about its not as good sequel, Dumb and Dumber 2.
Do we have to? Do we really have to?
Yes. And as my friend spoiled, yes, we're doing a bonus round after it, where it's talking about the even more lackluster prequel, Dumb and Dumber.
No. Do we have to like a good movie at least? Anyways.
Yes.
Guys, they got to tuning in on a very late night episodes of the Buttery Show. Mike, where can people find you, bro?
You could find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on twitch.tv/BokenKabuto.
All right then. And you people can find me on Twitter, Instagram, or X and Instagram at DRex_Fox. I might stream maybe this weekend because I am buying Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Game Collection on Steam. I've already pre-ordered my physical copy for PS4. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to take y'all for a ride. So, hit me up later on Instagram or Twitter. Give me your Steam names. I might make a couple of servers, maybe for the Buttery Show. And who knows, at some point for the Buttery Show, I might stream us all playing Marvel vs. Capcom at some point. Maybe fingers crossed in the near future. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, that being said, guys, thank you so much. Oh, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to the Buttery Show. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on our Facebook page. And be sure to follow our sister channel, the Morphin Network, where tomorrow, I don't know which interview is going to come up tomorrow, but
Sunday we're doing more Common Rider Gaim. It's fruity-licious.
It's very fruity. And but no, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to Morphin Network as well as the Facebook page and the Instagram page at MorphinNet. Until then, guys, good night. Don't be dumb. There's always a chance.
And don't be dumber.
We love you, Mike Starr. Until then, we'll see y'all later. Peace. I have the Jerry Carey face on. Please.